Welcome to 2019. We made it. It's so exciting. I have a ton of information for you. You know, when I was analyzing December and 2018, my head was spinning. There's so much interesting data. I'm seeing percentages down 20%, down 40% in sales. I'm seeing up 20%, up 40%. It depends on the neighborhood. There's so many things to talk about. At the end of this, I'm also going to give you my 3 predictions, and I don't do predictions, but I'm going to give you my 3 predictions for 2019. And just to make things really simple, I've made it much easier for you to get all this data. In this video, I'm just going to talk about some insights. Information you can get anywhere from any type of media stream out there. I'm going to give you some insight, and I'm going to just kind of touch on a few points. But for the whole report, go to VaughanMarketReport.ca. Really simple. VaughanMarketReport.ca. Download the whole report or the bits and pieces that pertain to your particular situation. Or better yet, call me. I'd love to hear from you, and I'll go over the report with you. So let's dive in. Looking at the Market Watch report, December sales versus December last year are down 22.5%. That's a huge drop. A significantly less number of properties were sold. However, prices still went up 2.1%. Now remember, this is all of the Toronto Real Estate Board, all of the greater GTA area, and all different home types. So everything that was sold for the month of December was up 2.1% higher in prices than it was December last year. That's information, and you're going to hear that reported on all the media outlets. But let me give you some insight. When we look a little bit closer, and I look at December, we look at new listings and we look at active listings. New listings this past December were down 31.5%. Less properties were available for sale. Active listings at the end of the month were down 11.6%. Now this is when I say down, I mean versus December last year. With less properties available for sale, it kind of would make sense. Supply and demand put an upward pressure on price, and hence we're seeing that prices did go up 2.1%. I'm bringing that into play right now because that's going to be significant as to what happens to prices in January, February. So the amount of properties that are for sale versus the amount of buyers looking to buy, supply and demand makes a huge difference. But let's take another look at things here. Let's look at the Toronto Real Estate Board as a chart. And yes, prices are up from last year, December, but prices are down from November. In fact, prices have been going down for the last 2 months now. And December from November, prices were down 4.8%. Is this going to be a trend, or what are they going to do in January? Well, if we look at last year, January prices went up slightly from December, and then February they went up, and in March they went up. Is that going to happen this year? Time will tell, but these are the things we got to look at in making decisions whether we want to buy or sell. When we take a closer look now, more closer to home, let's look at Vaughan, and we see that from November to December, prices went way up, 8.2%. That's a significant increase. And I know everybody keeps talking about, oh, nothing happens at Christmas time, nothing happens over December. Prices went up 8.2%. And when we compare it to December last year, prices were up 5.2%. So overall, there's a significant growth going on there. Now, 5.2% increase over 12 months ago, that's a healthy number. It's not a terrible market by any means. When we take a closer look at Vaughan Detached Homes, from November to December, prices increased 6.6%. Now, this is just detached homes, and when we look at December 2018 to December 2017, stayed basically the same actually. They were slightly down, less than 1%, 0.4%. Now, I just want to talk real quickly about when I say December for detached homes in Vaughan, prices went up 6.6%. Does that mean your detached home in Vaughan went up 6.6% in December? Or does that mean the home you're looking to buy in Vaughan went up 6.6? No. What it means is the detached homes sold in December versus the ones that were sold in November had a value on average of 6.6% more. Your particular home type, your neighborhood, that'll determine by how much your home went up by. I want to zero in on just a couple of neighborhoods now. Still sticking with detached, we look at Vellore Village, and I'm just bringing up some examples. When we look at November to December, Vellore Village, the average sold price went up 14.6%. That's a huge number one month to another. Now, 14.6%, that's almost $150,000. That's not by how much your Vellore Village home went up by, but the one sold, that was the average. But when we compare to December last year, December prices are actually down by 7.6%. So it's really important, you know, there's information, and everybody could give you a ton of information. I'm trying to give you some insight to be able to make smart real estate decisions for yourself. Taking a look at another neighborhood, East Woodbridge. November to December, East Woodbridge went up 28.5% average sold price. That's $270,000. When we compare it to December last year, the average sold price went up by 22.4. So East Woodbridge, December last year to December 2018, has shown a significant increase in value. And when we look at, for example, Maple, November to December, prices went down 8.6%. Now, I want to reiterate, I don't want you to phone me and say, you mean my house is worth 8.6% less? No. Your Maple detached home, the ones that sold in December, those values are 8.6% less than the ones that were sold in November. And there's all sorts of different neighborhoods within Maple where some homes are more expensive, some homes are less expensive, so it all depends on which properties are being sold. This is why it's so important to be working with somebody that could analyze these numbers towards your particular situation. Give me a call. I'm happy to help with that. This next slide is really something that you need to focus on, especially if things like seller's market, buyer's market, you hear these words thrown out there. If that's significant to you, and it should be, have a look at semis. Months of inventory basically means based on the amount of properties currently for sale at the speed that we sold last month, how long will these listings stay on the market for? How much inventory do we have before we run out of stock? Well, semis, we have 1.2 months. That is a very low number and very much in a seller's market. In this case, there aren't many semis available for sale. Very much a seller's market. The detached and towns are very much in a balanced market. Condos also very strong. So here's the slide that is going to make everything okay, because there's been so much confusion in my mind for 2018, and the reason I say confusion is because of the phone calls I get, the emails I get from people like yourselves, from clients, from people that want to find out what's going on, asking me or worse, telling me things about the market that isn't really true. So let me put something into perspective. This chart here is a historical chart, and I only went to the year 2000. These are average sold prices. I'm using this for detached homes, but detached semi, condos, towns show the numbers are different, but the similar trends. If we look at 2000 going up to 2018, the average price per year has been going up, 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 up. 2016 and 2017 were record-breaking years. 2017 in particular, the highest growth we've seen in ever, I think. So if we were just close our eyes and pretend 2017 never happened, we're looking at 2018. It's easy to say that, hey, you know, from 2017 to 2018, the average prices dropped, which is true. However, they kind of fall in line with the growth that we've been having year over year over year. So 2018, although it's less than 2017, is still higher than 2016, and 2016 was a phenomenal year. Everything's going to be okay. Prices generally are going up. If you're in the fence of either selling or buying, you really need to speak with a professional. Pick me. You really need to speak with a professional about your situations. I spoke to you about my 3 predictions. I don't do predictions, but here are my 3 predictions. 1, most of the predictions you will hear this year for this market won't be true. Like the weatherman, they're going to be wrong 75% of the time. Like a watch that doesn't work, it's still going to be right twice a day. Now, one time they get it right, they're going to be screaming from the mountains, I told you, but my first prediction is most of the predictions you hear won't be true. My second prediction, there are some great opportunities out there right now. Whether you're looking to buy, whether you're looking to sell, there's some great opportunities. And my third prediction, strategic pricing, strategic marketing, and strategic negotiations is what's going to make the difference. Those realtors that are true professionals, that have salesmanship, that take their craft seriously, that can analyze the numbers to make the right decisions for you, those are the realtors you need in your corner helping you to make the right decision, whether it's to buy, whether it's to sell. Those are my 3 predictions. Again, for this whole report, go to VaughanMarketReport.ca. I'm looking forward to a phenomenal year. Give me a call if you have any questions. I'm happy to help and to talk about over any of your real estate situations. Looking forward to a fantastic 2019.